right,
Mm.
so we both have our coffee. I think we're all set. Let's start by having you
Mm-hmm.
introduce yourself to anyone who's new.
Hi, my name is Teeps. I am a Alchemist bunny Vtuber.
Love it.
Uh, I play a lot of cozy games, from indie games to simulation games, and I play a lot of Final Fantasy XIV and other multiplayers like Monster Hunter World, Dead by Daylight, League of Legends. But my main focus lies within community building and taking the community to adventures with me.
I like it. I like it. I like the community aspect of it too, because like with it being a VTuber and well, just being a streamer in general, you want
Mm.
to play video games that are chill and all, but you also want to have everyone interaction. So you want to have your fans be with you on this adventure. Because if I just want to watch people play video games, I'll just go to YouTube and just watch someone play a video game. Like streamers is that interactions with the fans. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I feel like, streaming in general has like a lot of different layers. Some people go into like, live stream for gaming purposes only. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because like you still get like the live interaction with people. It's just that some people focus more on gaming, some people focus more on socializing. But I think that the main thing that people go for, regardless whether it's like gaming focused or community focused, is the interaction portion of streams.
Agreed, agreed. That's what I really like about it. Like interaction with you guests. So we'll try and like trying to like mention some of the things you guys say in chat, but we're gonna try to get as much of our conversation to our guest right here. But don't be afraid to like mention something that chat says, because that's why they're here. Cool. Would you like to get started, or do you have any
Sure.
questions before we get started?
No, I don't. I'm very much anticipating what you got in store for me.
Well, okay, okay. Well, let's get ready then. Let's go with the first question of our stream. What got you into streaming in the first place?
Uh
What made you want to get into streaming in the first place? That's what I should have said.
I've been watching or consuming like, content like YouTube content for years before I started streaming. Um at first it started out with like, YouTube videos and such. Like I was watching, a lot of, the big YouTubers do like playthroughs of games, etc., etc. And by the time I was also playing Final Fantasy XIV and I was in a guild, and that's when I also kind of like start getting more into socializing online. And people in my guild were basically asking me like, hey Tips, like since you're so outgoing and you get along with a lot of people, have you ever tried or considered making content online, like YouTube videos or streaming or anything like that? And I was like, no, I have never tried that before. And since then it kind of stuck in me, like the idea of like streaming. And then I just one day decided that hell, I'm just gonna go and go live on my PS4, and then I started streaming Stardew Valley like in 2017.
Wow, so you've been doing it for a good bit.
Yeah.
That's all awesome. Actually, you might be one of the longest streamers in my interview today. Oh, so far. So that's actually
it
really
it
cool. My
personally doesn't really surprise me. There's a lot of people in the VTuber community who are like very new into streaming in general, or they have done it for like a year or two.
So you are the senpai of streaming then, because you've been doing it for so long. I love
some people call me that, yes.
it. I love it. I love it. Cool. All right. Well, I like that answer. Let's get into the second answer. And the second question, sorry. What excites you the most about being a VTuber gamer?
Um Honestly, I know that a lot of VTubers probably are gonna say that the anonymity, like, being able to kind of like, quote unquote, not necessarily hide yourself, but like being, like, not known as a person, but as I suppose, character. For me personally, what excited me the most about being a VTuber is the fact that I can express myself in ways that I wouldn't be able to express myself like through, say, face cam. Like, I like to be cutesy and kind of, flail around like this. So if I was doing this on cam, it would make me look kind of silly as opposed to like when I do it through a model like this.
Wait, am I looking silly
Like
when
it
I do this?
allows it kind of like gives me more layers in terms of expressions.
No, I agree 100%. Like
Mm.
I love that fact that VTubers have these kind of expressions that they can convey with them model. like that one. That's a great one. I love it. Like I love like you're definitely the most expressive of all the VTubers I've interviewed so far. All the different things you can do, and I like that a lot. Um,
Mm.
I will say that like being a streamer in general, you have to put on this character, this persona, and I feel like being a VTuber, it just makes that easier because you're able to be this character and you be able to express all these different really cool things.
Mm, I personally don't. I mean, in a sense, yeah. Like I try to be like for the majority of the time, I try to be like myself. Like people who know me outside of my streams, I'm basically kind of tired sounding, etc., like I'm kind of tired of life, blah blah blah, like
Blah
outside
blah
of
blah.
streams when I hang out with
Adult.
people, and I'm very, yeah, and I'm very like I'm very quiet and kind of more of a reserved type. But I don't know, I guess like the character does give me some energy to be a bit more, bubblier and, make some noise, etc., etc.
Very, very
So in a
cute.
sense, like I do have a form of like a persona on streaming and off streaming.
Yeah, I like it. Like I don't know. To me,
Mm.
I see you as like this really cute, chill rabbit that I would like to like put you off to my side of my screen, and while I do other things.
Mm.
And I love how Dale over in chat is calling you old.
I am an old wise bunny.
A wise bunnies. I like it. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. Really
Old
good.
and wise bunny.
Yes, wise bunny. Old and wise bunny. I like it. Cool. Cool. Well, hey, that answers my question pretty nicely. Like, we'll get into more of your modeling pretty soon. Cause I do want to get like all the different features of like your model when we get to that question. But let's get into the next question right now, and that is, what do you bring to the VTuber community that helps you stand out?
What do I bring to the VTuber community? uh, I personally feel like the way I stand out is that I like to create some chaos sometimes.
Ooh. Well, examples.
Well, you probably know that there's a lot of things that are going on in the streamer community, and people talk about it a lot. In the VTuber community, people I feel like are kind of afraid of talking about like actual issues that are happening like within our spaces and that are happening like outside of like this whole circle of like like if you're a VTuber, you're basically invincible and you're not supposed to talk about like anything real life related, etc., etc. I'm basically the one who brings out those things, and I'm very open about talking about issues if they ensue.
I like it. So like you kind of.
So I feel like that kind of helps me stand out a little bit. And I don't know, I guess one thing that also helps me stand out a little bit is that well uh, I feel like I'm not too pretentious. If that
No.
makes sense. Like I don't really have like a character that I feel like I have to portray. I'm just myself, basically.
Well, that kind of makes you feel more relatable and more. That's why I find you very chill. You know, because you're not
Yeah,
trying to
like that's the
play
thing.
a
Like
character.
I find myself extremely relatable for my crowd and my viewers. So I feel like that's basically what makes me stand out. Like I'm not necessarily just an entertainer. I'm also, someone that you can actually relate to. Like I'm not putting on a show. I'm just hanging out with people.
Which is good. And I think that's what
Mm,
VTubers and just streamers in general like need to like do more often is that whole
yeah.
interactions with like hey, we're just chill, we just both human beings, we
Mm,
both just like to just have fun and then enjoy ourselves, you know. I'm not trying to portray this crazy character that like
yeah,
is so untainable and so unrealistic.
that's fair.
But but I do like that like you stirring the pot of like controversy that's going on. Like someone might be like, oh, I'm this character and this character would totally interact with this character because that character is that character, and you're like, do you even know that person? And like, well, we both in the same realm. I'm like, you mean like in New Jersey? And just like putting those kind of like I like that. I think that's a pretty awesome actually to do because that creates controversy and it makes it so that people are more likely to check you out.
Mm, I wouldn't say that it's because of those things. I'd say that, because I tend to keep things real, um, what I've learned is that people tend to just, go for people that they can relate to in general instead of like people want to get to know with you
Mm-hmm.
and not your character. So like here's the difference between me and a lot of other VTubers. A lot of other VTubers have showmanship. So they usually don't really, put out like the relatability aspect on their streams. Like they're literally putting on a show. Um, I put a different kind of entertainment, but mine is not necessarily like a showmanship. So I feel like, that's how people come to my streams. Like they want a place where they feel like a community rather than they're watching a TV show, if that makes sense.
No, I like
Security
that.
level crazy.
Oh, thank you for the host. That's actually really interesting to think about because most people, I would say, get into VTubing and get into like streaming to put on a show, to put on this kind of
Mm.
event. But you saying that like no, I actually like just to put this like chill, welcoming environment where people can just come in and just relax and have fun. Is that right? It's pretty good. Close.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. I no, that's actually really cool. I like that different way of doing it. But going back to what you were saying before, you still do like to stir the pot in the community. So like even though your
Mm-hmm.
streams are very chill, behind the
Mm-hmm.
streams when you get into the like conversations with other people is a little more like crazier. Would you say?
A little bit.
I like that. Like it
A
seems like.
little bit, yeah. Sometimes, sometimes you just gotta speak out about things, That's all.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I
Mm.
I I'm in the like I'm in because like my entire Twitter feed is just all VTubers. I don't know how it happened,
Mm.
but it's just totally VTubers. And I don't really see a lot of like controversy, really that much. I just see a lot of just like new people jumping in saying, "Hey, I'm new. I want to hang out," and I say hi and stuff like that. So I don't really know what's going on in like the drama side of things, but I'm
There
guessing you
hasn't
probably
really
know a good
been
amount.
much lately, actually.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, it's been a while since anyone has called out anyone recently or anything.
Nothing too crazy. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good. Nothing too
yeah.
crazy going on. How's the raids affecting you guys? Do you know?
Uh,
'Cause I know that's pretty hot topic in the
it's
Twitch
not
streaming.
affecting me in any manner. Obviously, like, since I'm streaming, kind of like iffy to having to deal with it like during the stream. But no, like I'd say that because I have streamed for so long, I have very 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 good tools
Mm,
on how to handle things, and I've learned how to you know just not really panic about them, etc etc. And I also trust my mod team, when it comes to these things. So it doesn't really affect me in any manner, and I don't think that it affects my viewers either, because they know that they're in good hands, like both with me and my mod team.
nice. I don't have a mod team. I wish I did. That'd be really cool. But I'm also pretty small, so it makes sense. But I'm going to have to ask my bunny senpai some of those tips on how to combat this kind of stuff maybe later. So far I haven't dealt with it, which I'm going to keep hoping that I still don't have to. But let's get moving on to the next question that you might actually like a lot. What games are you looking forward to play on stream?
Oh my god. Mm, there are so many games. Currently, it would be Final Fantasy XIV, the Endwalker expansion,
Ooh.
and I'm super 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 hyped for Elden Rings.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun one.
And that's about it, really. I don't think that there's any other games really coming out that I've been super hyped about.
But like, there's so many
Yeah.
games. Final Fantasy, Elden
Mm,
Ring. Yeah.
yeah. I'd say probably I wouldn't say that I'm like necessarily hyped about it, but I'm kind of looking forward to doing Monster Hunter Rise once it comes on PC.
Ooh.
I have played the Switch version, but I feel like there's not many players on it at the moment due to the fact that it is on Switch only right now. So giving it more accessibility to more players through the PC version is going to be probably, bumping it up a little bit, hopefully, at least. So that's another one.
So it is coming to the Switch. I mean, it is coming to PC soon, then, right?
Yes, at the start of like 2022.
Ooh. Okay, that's cool. I've been playing it every now and then. I haven't picked it up in a
Mm.
while, but I do want to get back into it just because it's a really great game. I really want to get back into it. Cool. Well, I definitely know that there's some really good games coming out. I can't wait to see some of the newer games coming out for that. Elden Ring is definitely gonna be one of those I'm going to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully when that thing comes out soon too. Um, Now this is kind of relatable, but this also might be a new question for you. And fans, you guys might actually want to stay tuned for this one, but this might be interesting for you guys. And that is any games you want to play with your fans.
With my fans.
Yeah.
I mean, I already play games with them.
You don't really play games with them?
I do. Like, we have
Oh,
our
okay.
own Discord. I mean, Minecraft server, for example. I play games with my people, and we also host like VR chat meetups, for example.
Okay, like so you do a lot of interactions with guests anyway.
I
So
I
like,
literally like play with people anyways. Yeah, like for example, when I used to play Dead by Daylight, I would always ask like, "Hey, like, does anyone want to join me?" Same goes with like Overwatch or Final Fantasy 14. Like, anyone needs their dailies done on anything. Like, whenever I play multiplayer games, it's like open for people. If I specifically say that I want to play with like a specific friend or specific friends, then I will state so. But most of the times, my games are like literally open lobbies for people to join in. Like, even if they're not even following me, that's completely fine.
wow. Do you ever deal with like trolls and hates when stuff like that happens?
No, because I kick them out immediately.
Nice. Just like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah, no, I, like I said, like, I've been on this scene for like enough to not really care about when it comes to kicking people out. I'm just like, yeah, I don't got time for you. I'm just gonna boot you out and keep going on with the stream.
I like that. No, that's cool. Like so. You've been streaming about 4 years now, right?
Five,
Uh,
over
5 years. Okay,
years.
5 years now. I'm
Mhm.
I've only been streaming about a year. only because like technically I've been streaming about 2 years, but like the first year I was just trying to figure out what I was trying to do. So then this is my actual year of like actually streaming and actually doing stuff. And I feel like as a small streamer like myself, any new person who jumps into my feed, I want to like interact with them. I want to be nice to them and like that. But for someone who's been streaming for 5 years, right off the bat, if the person just does not fly with your chat or anything like that, you just
It's kind of, like, how should I put it? Like, I feel like it's not necessarily about or inherently about, like, how long someone has been streaming. It's more like, what kind of people do you want to attract? And if someone comes in making like inappropriate jokes, it probably won't really fly off with anyone, regardless of like, who you are. It's more like, how should I put it? I feel like a lot of people nowadays are like very hesitant about banning people in general because it always boils down to the number game. Like, if I ban this person regardless of their bad behavior, they will lower down my viewership by one person. And I'm like, that shouldn't really be a thing, because if you already have like lurkers in your streams, that person will drive not only themselves, but also those lurkers away, because you're basically enabling their bad behavior and just kind of like gritting your teeth. It's all about your comfortability and your viewers, like other people's comfortability as well. Like, people will know if you're not feeling good, and people will know if you're feeling uncomfortable.
wow. I need to take notes off of this. This is actually really interesting. So that's interesting because I do have a couple of people who are like that in my chat, who are like they make things awkward, but we kind of like, okay, well, we'll just deal with it. We'll just move on to it.
I feel like, when it comes to streaming in general, or well, not even streaming, but like interacting with people in general, it's very, very, very important for you as a community leader to set up boundaries. Because, like, in the end, you're the one, like, this is literally your house. Let's put it this way. This is literally your house. Would you allow people to act how they want in your house? Or would you rather like lay down some ground rules and uh boundaries on like how you expect people to behave inside your house? And if they don't behave accordingly, then it's your job to tell them that, hey, like, don't do this. Because it's not like, people go on a outrage about like, being told off a little bit, like, hey, like, what you did was uncool. Because most of the people that watch your streams are likely to be adults anyways, and if they go on a outrage, then I don't know, a 10-minute like cooling off shower shouldn't really kill anyone to begin with.
True.
So
I like that.
yeah.
Cool.
And if
No.
they don't come back, then that's not really your loss. That's their loss.
Yeah, no. Like if they don't like that kind of style, like what they're looking forward to, then hey, you're not trying to betray that
like,
anyway.
You need to not only know like what kind of crowd you want to cultivate, but you also need to know how to cultivate the kind of crowd that you want to.
Which I agree 100%. No wonder everyone likes to look up to you in the VTuber community. It seems like all your fans love you so much, because that's a good position to be in, like to like have your set rules in your house, and if people don't follow it, then they get booted. So that means the people who are in your house respect you, and that's a really cool feeling. I like that a lot. That's really cool. I see all the hearts that's in chat, and they all like seem to love you. Like it. All right, let's get into your design of your model now, okay? Because I'm really interested in what's your thoughts that got into your model. And I do know about your remake of your new model coming up pretty soon too, and we can get into that as well. But what is your thoughts that went through your head when you were designing this model?
Literally, it was like I used to be a 3D model. I want to become a 2D because 3D, it it demands way too many resources off of me. So this model was supposed to be a temporary from the get-go and a gateway towards me being a 2D streamer instead, or VTuber instead. So yeah.
So what would you say? Like would you say that like you prefer being a 2D over 3D, and do you think
Yeah, this was kind of like a test if 2D was for me. And I would say I don't really have a preference personally. I like both. On Live 2D, you have the advantage of like being more expressive with your face, unless you have like motion keycaps on your 3D model, which is very unlikely on a lot of models out there. So they look like very stiff and motionless and lifeless. With this model, like I'm literally only using my webcam because I don't have a iPhone, and excuse me, I feel like I'm being more expressive, like face wise alone compared to my 3D.
No, I agree. Like I think I mentioned this before, but you're the most expressive like model I've seen. And I've seen other people who like try and do the 3D look and then the 2D look,
Yeah.
but you with all your different like emotes and like if you get like mad, your face actually looks mad and like that. Like I think that's really impressive and I like that a lot. I guess this is behind the scenes a little bit because I just thought of this right now. Do you like in person? Do you have to overly express your face to make these like facial like expressions on your model, or do you kind of have like slight different
Like at the moment, I'm like thinking, like I'm not like I'm just slightly opening my mouth, like, huh, I don't know. But the only like expression that I actually really have to try on is like the angry expression, because like it's literally in my eyebrows, and I don't like frown my eyebrows too much when I get angry, because I have a very 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 serious like monotone, um like a resting bitch face when I get mad at people. So like this is like literally the only thing that I have to like actually express myself on cam, but otherwise like no, it just literally captures my normal expressions on the stream.
Nice. Well, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I think it's pretty cool, and it's impressive that you're doing this all through a webcam because most of the people I've talked to actually got themselves their own iPhone just so they can have the facial recognition.
I actually want to get that as well so that I can do that too, but personally I just find it like very amazing alone that I can do this through a webcam. Like say like with a 3D model, if I want it to be as expressive, you can't be this expressive with a webcam alone. You actually have to have a an iPhone in order to like have your face be more expressive, because the iPhone is the only thing that supports the eye facial mocaps right now, as far as I know.
I agree. I like it.
So yeah, so that's why I feel like being a 2D at the moment for me is more beneficial.
I like it. I think that actually works out perfectly for you what you're trying to go for. Go. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
You good?
Yeah. I'm trying to get over a cough really quick.
Oh, okay.
Wow. I'm gonna get some more water and a cough drop so I don't interrupt with him. I'm going to let you be in charge of the stream. Try not to burn
Okay.
anything down, okay?
Okay.
No burning things down. Last VTuber did
Okay.
that. I had to clean up all that mess. Wait, Chad, watch her. Okay, watch him. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Wait. Where is it?
Ah,
Here it is.
what was
Oh,
that?
hi. Hi.
Um, well, what's going on? I see fire. I
Uh,
see a gun. Um,
it, you see?
what you doing? What you doing back there? Hey, what? No.
Give up your snack money. Give up your
This.
lunch money.
No. Why you bully me, senpai? Why you bully me? No, please don't. It wasn't my fault. I'm sorry. We want all snack, all your snack. I don't have much snack.
Please give all the snacks.
But no, what if I don't have snack?
You don't have snacks?
What if I don't have snacks? Like
That's unfortunate.
I have Oreos. Does that count?
Oreos?
Do you want Oreos?
Like, oh, I like Oreos.
Oreos are pretty good. Can I give you Oreos then?
You can give me Oreos.
Okay, I'll give you Oreos then. And soon I will. Because we already practiced this, but I'm going to definitely pat your head during stream. By the way, like nothing related, not relatable in what we're doing at all. I'm gonna have to put out all that fire that chat just put out. Oh snap! And here comes the sunglasses. Very cool looking. Very cool looking.
Thank you.
Very cool. You almost like a movie star. Hey, Zog, special guest is a movie star.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm the cutest VTuber talent that there is, you know?
Hey, that's why you're on my show, you know? I only get the best of the best. Thank you for giving me your time, your precious time, to schedule for this amazing event. I know how busy you really are. I love it.
No problem.
Cool. Hey, sorry for that. Let's get right back into it. I think we're on question 7. Yes. What's your favorite part about your design?
My eyes.
I can't see your eyes.
Like my.
There you go. There you go.
Like my eye for real. My eyes. Like.
Whoa.
I love it. The bouncy pupils.
I do like it too. It looks very like realistic. I like all the different things. Like I like how just you talking normally, and you will just notice it. Like it bounces like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. That's probably like my favorite part of my
Your model.
my design. Yeah.
Okay. Well, how about your new model? Will it also have
My
that
new
amazing eyes?
model? What's my favorite part about my new upcoming model? That's a hard question.
Only the hardest questions here.
Probably the hair.
The hair.
Honestly. Either the hair or the jacket.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at your model, like your concept model right now. Yeah, I really like the way it looks so far. Do you have a ponytail?
That's a braid. Yes.
It's a braid. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was a ponytail because it's behind you, but it also is on your hand, so I didn't know. But I like your style.
Yeah, it's a ponytail. Yeah, like it's from the back of my head.
All of it, all the new stuff is great. It looks like you have some Alchemist bottles and everything like that. But yeah, are you going to keep your eyes on the new model?
Yes.
Cool. I can't wait to see it. All different expressions. Yes, even the heart expressions.
I don't know if I'm gonna be keeping the expressions. We're gonna have to figure those out.
Who's making your model for you? Do you want to shout them out?
I do. My model maker is gonna be my original creator who created like my first concept ever. They're at May Vinny. I just actually added a comment under the model reveal post of like who it is. But yeah, they basically created the first concept of me as a bunny alchemist. So I'm gonna be their first like 2D child as well because they wanted to try it out.
I like it. I like it. That'd be really cool to see. I'm definitely gonna be one of the very few. Actually, not very few. I'm gonna be one of very many who's gonna check out that debut.
Hmm.
As long as it's not doing work, then I'll try my best. Alright, so I don't know if you already got into this, and this might not be new for all the fans, but this is gonna be new to me, so you can express this for me. And as long as it's not too long, or you can go as long as you like, actually. This is your time.
Okay.
But what is the lore of your VTuber model?
I had a potion accident. I tried to make a potion. I mixed things up, and then oopsie whoopsie, I drank it, and now I'm stuck in this form.
Oh. So you were like human, and now you bunny.
I am a human.
You are a
I'm
human.
a demi-human. I am a demi-human. I am a bunny boy still, but now I'm like a fully fledged bunny.
Fully fledged bunny, yes. So
Yeah,
you were just a half bunny. Now you're a full bunny.
Yes. I'm like a cat girl or a cat boy, but with but bunny instead, you know.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Kind of like that. Yeah.
What were you trying to do? What potion were you trying to make?
That's a secret.
What? You can't go into the secret here in the special event? Oh, okay. I won't ask anymore. I'm sorry. Well, I won't dive too into it then. But cool. Do you still make potions?
I do. I have a potion on my.
Oh.
It's a little potion back on my hip.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I do notice that. Are you going to be able to give me some potions? Yeah, I can try some.
Maybe.
Maybe it'll fix my cough.
It's reserved for my chat because we go on adventures. So you know, it's like an emergency health potion.
Just in case something bad happens to Chad, you can heal them up.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. That's good. You're so thoughtful for your chat. I love it. Cool. All right.
I tried to be.
Try to be. Like Chad, you can answer this question. Is our VTuber bunny nice to you? Does he treat you well?
I'm nice to you, right, guys?
Right. You guys, you nice. You can be honest here. Honest, right? You can be honest. Oh. Of course. Always yes. Nods, yes. The answer was not forced by the formal treat. I love it. Well, obviously, yes. Okay, cool. Well, hey, it seems like you guys have a really loving, respectful relationship in chat. I like it.
I have a very healthy relationship with my chat.
Yeah, you don't threaten anyone with guns. Wait, didn't you just threaten me with a gun? No? Huh.
No.
Huh. Maybe I'm more sicker than I thought I was. Huh. I swore I thought I saw something. Oh well. We'll move on with the next question then. How about that? What's your thoughts on the VTuber community at the moment?
there's a lots of like ups and downs in this community, but it's something that I very much like to call home. Just like any community out there, my thoughts is that it's not perfect, but and there are a lot of things that should be spoken up a lot more about. And but it's still, something that I wouldn't let go. Um, I've gained a lot of things from the community, and I feel like I put a lot towards the community as well.
Which is
That's
good.
probably like the best way to put it. Like there are ups and downs, just like in any other, but it's not the worst out there.
Have you been in some controversial topics lately with the VTube community?
Lately, no,
No, not lately.
no.
I love how you answer that. I think that's actually really good.
Lately, no. Not that I can, think of. Yeah, no.
You're a very interesting bunny. You're super chill and super nice for everything, but it seems like behind the stage you have this attire that you like to put forth in the community. It seems like you're really just really nice to your fans.
I'm just very bold in general. Like, I'm very straightforward. Like, you can ask the chat if they know me as a very straightforward and blunt person. Like, I'm nice as long as, someone doesn't, jump in front of my nose, basically. Like, unlike a lot of people, I'm not basically afraid of putting my opinion out there to, on
I like it.
display. Yeah.
No, go
Like
for
for
it.
example, in the VTuber community, there's a lot of like the community itself stems from the idol culture, which is very toxic. And sometimes people are afraid of talking about it. So I'm basically the one who speaks up about things like that, like issues within the community for people. Like I've talked about, a huge rampant issue that's in the community, which is within like parasocial relationships are a very big thing in the community. Then there's a lot of like, internal like racism going on in the community as well. So I've spoken about things like that. And, I can understand why people are afraid of talking about these things because a lot of these things can get, backlash. Because like I said, this community stems from the fact that, from the idol culture, which basically means that if you're an idol, quote unquote, you're not allowed to talk about, outside issues because, you're pure, you're innocent, yada, 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 yada. And people, quote unquote, don't want to hear about those things, which is very understandable as well. But if they're literally within our community, we need to solve those issues.
And what do you think
That's
is a
probably
good?
like the.
I would say, what do you think is a good way to solve those issues? Is this to be more bold and more like outspoken?
I feel like the way to solve these issues is to just openly talk about them instead of like brushing them under a rug as drama. Cause like a while ago, we were basically talking about a big issue within colorism that's going on in the community or had been going on in the community. We addressed it and it went on a huge like forest fire across the whole community, and people were toxic about it and people were standing with it. And nowadays I'd say that people have improved on their ways, like when it comes to stuff like that.
Which I like that a
That's
lot.
like probably like one of the biggest examples that I can put out there.
Which is good. I like that. Like, I think this is I never knew that this was going on in the community, and I do think
That's because this is what I mean. No one talks about them. So I'm basically the one who brings them forward, and people are like, "Oh my god!" Like every single time I say something like that, that's seen as "quote unquote" controversial. People always come like, "Oh my god, this is so relatable! Like, thank you so much for speaking up about this. Oh my god!" And I'm like, why has no one else talked about this? Like, for example, parasocial relationships. A lot of people are gonna get a lot of shit from the chat because people, like I said, idol culture. We throw you money. That means that I can talk to you however I want to or treat you however I want to. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. And I'm like, why are y'all so afraid about talking about these things? Like, I'm trying to make this community comfortable not only for myself, but for other people too that feel the same way.
I like it. I actually like that a lot. That's actually really cool because I do think that community is really good. So far for me, as just a streamer, the VTuber community has been very welcoming for me.
Yeah.
And I've been able to meet up with a lot of cool friends. Like, I wish the streamer community was a little bit more open because I feel like whenever I try to interact with other streamers, they look at my numbers, and if my numbers are bigger than theirs, they will contact me and talk to me. But if it's smaller, then they will not, which is a really
it's the
toxic
same in the
thing.
VTuber community.
Which is really messed up, in my opinion.
No, sweetheart, it is very much the same in the VTuber community. People don't know how to make friends in this community.
Which is
Let's
weird.
put it that way.
It's weird because
it's more like people are always wanting to make friends in the community, but they don't reply or send messages to anyone else unless they got bigger numbers.
Which is crazy to think about. But
it's not always the case, but it's
rare. It's rare.
How should I put it? It's not as it's not as uncommon as people think.
No, I like it.
That's the best way to put it. Like the most professional way that I can put it in.
No, and I think that's actually a really good way to portray that, and I think that's actually really good. Thank you for bringing this kind of stuff up, because like my interviewing is very relaxed and chill, but I don't mind if we get into some like tough topics like this. I think that's actually really good. So thank you for bringing that up. I wish we could talk more about this in other VTubers interviews that I might interview later on. So I think that's really cool. Thank you. Cool. Let's get into the next question, which you actually, the chat's thinking right now. But I do want to get into this next question because I think this is actually a really good question, especially for like smaller streamers like myself and anyone else in the fandom who wants to know about this, because you've been streaming for so long. And that is, have you noticed any changes in how you stream since you first started compared to now?
Oh, absolutely.
Can you give me examples?
People are more approachable, or people approach me more easily compared to when I was face camming, and people seem to be more interested in me as a VTuber than as a face cam streamer. I feel like VTubing has allowed me to be more approachable. That's probably like the biggest difference. Yeah.
More.
And also the way I express myself. Like I said, like when I used to be a face cam streamer, I used to be like very anxious and nervous all the time, because like having a cam on puts me into a position where I'm constantly like aware of it, and I'm constantly like aware of my appearances on OBS or on my streams. Like it went to the extremely unhealthy route of me checking out through my OBS every single second, whether I was making like funny faces, how I was looking, etc., etc. I didn't like it at all. So with like VTubing, I don't have that kind of a problem. I can be more free. I can be more expressive without the actual like pressure of like having to look good in front of a camera.
Okay, I like that. Now, like, I talked. So my last interview, someone told me that they are always checking out their model, making sure that it's always like working and there's no weird like clips or anything like that. Are you saying that you don't do that?
No, I don't do that.
So then
I
you.
check it out like occasionally to see like if I have to recalibrate my camera, but like after my breaks, because like obviously I go like off cam, during my breaks. So sometimes I just have to like recalibrate it, and that's literally it. Outside of that, no.
Cool. Well, that
I
sounds
don't
really
check out
awesome.
my models at all. I am confident in my. Here's the thing. I am confident in my machinery here.
Good. That's actually really good to do too. It sounds like the other people I've talked to might actually have like issues with their model, so they had to keep checking it.
That's if you have issues with your model, then either it's on your end or you need to talk to your modeler.
All right. Well, like I said, your model is probably the best looking model I've seen so far. So I'll definitely say that like you don't have to worry about it turning bad.
I
Looks like.
don't. I'm still gonna be the best looking model like after I get my new one.
Ooh, I can't wait to see that. I'm pretty sure everyone in chat can't wait to see it too. But I like it. I like it. All right. Next question for you guys, and this is going to be a really fun one. Okay. Uh, tell it fact. Wow, everyone in chat actually agrees with it too. Dang. Your adoring fans do definitely enjoy it too.
My fans enjoy my occasional bursts of confidence.
Which is good. Is it rare? Do you not like
No,
to?
it's not necessarily rare. It's more like how should I put it? Like there's a difference between being confident and being cocky. I sometimes make cocky comments like that purely from the place of like comedy. I feel like my cocky comments are like there for comedic effects more than anything. I'm actually like a very humble person in general, like despite the appearances. Um, but sometimes I have my moments like that where I just kind of like want to make comments like that, like haha, and
But
people are like, wow, wow.
like you know what? I am pretty awesome. I'm a pretty awesome bunny. And everyone's like, yeah, you are awesome bunny. And you're like, oh sweet, I'm good.
Mm.
I like it. Like I think
People like I feel like when someone makes like confident remarks like that, it kind of sticks to people, and it will also kind of like allow your viewers to see you as a confident person, because everyone has always said that confidence is extremely sexy, and I do agree with it. I personally believe that confidence is extremely attractive. So people usually who don't really have much confidence tend to, I wouldn't say get attracted to, but tend to kind of like enjoy the small bursts of confidence from someone else, because it makes them feel like, this is coming from my own experience. Whenever someone would be like, oh hey, yeah, like I am super fucking awesome, or like I know that I'm super entertaining for you guys, it gives me like the kind of like tingly feeling like, oh my god, like this person is very comfortable with themselves, and it makes me also feel like I want to aspire for the same thing as well. Like I want to reach the level of comfortability with myself where I can actually, you know, freely tell that, hey, I am actually pretty awesome. I am actually pretty, I don't know, entertaining and funny and attractive without feeling bad about it, if that makes sense.
no, it makes
Like
sense
I don't
100%.
want yeah, like I don't want to feel like I should be ashamed for liking myself, is probably like the best way to put it.
And then that's a really good like set of mind to be in.
Yeah.
Like that's like
So
people
basically,
strive for that.
I feel like, that's kind of like what I want to give out to people. I want to inspire people to be confident with themselves. As well, like, I guess, like, training myself by making those, funny little quirky, confident comments that, hey, it's okay for me to say this out loud. Because I know that my community will kind of like, rouse me up, and it will kind of like fuel me and further kind of, encourage me to be a bit more positive towards myself.
No, I agree. Like I like the fact of like because I don't really like boast myself very often, but when I
Mm,
do in stream and someone like agrees with it, is like one of the best feelings in the world.
it
Like
is.
so it's
It is.
definitely good.
Like, say if I tell people like, yeah, hey, like, I feel like I'm pretty funny. It doesn't necessarily feel good if someone, instead of like rousing you up, like being like, yeah, tell them. If someone instead said something like, you know, doubt, press X to
Doubt.
doubt, it literally would probably be a shot on my face. I would be like,
Like, what?
uh, like what? Like, maybe I'm not. Maybe they don't see me as entertaining, and it would
Aww.
probably kind of like crumble my confidence a little bit. So, sometimes you just gotta put yourself out there.
Put you out there and just go for it. You know, that's confidence. Like you
Mm,
said, confidence. Just put yourself
yeah,
out there.
exactly.
And if fans are cool with it, awesome. I think that's really cool. Alright, so
Mm?
you want to say something?
Mm, no, it already passed my head. I'm sorry.
No, you're totally good. I apologize. I was
No,
going to
no,
get.
it's okay. It's okay.
I was trying to get into it. I was a little distracted because it looks like some people are saying hi in chat and they want to make sure that you respond. So I just want to make sure that everything's all good, all that kind of stuff.
Everything is good.
Good. Awesome. Cool. Alright, let's get into the next question. I think you will like this question a lot. We've been talking a lot about serious topics. Let's get into a really fun one. And that is
Mm-hmm.
your favorite video game or video game franchise.
Video game or video game franchise: Final Fantasy and Legend of Zelda.
Ooh, very good. Very good ones. Okay, so here's another question then. Who would win in a
Mhm.
fight? Cloud or Link?
Huh?
Who would win in a fight if they fight each other? Cloud or Link? Who would win the fight?
Link, because Link doesn't know how to speak.
Wait, so he will win the fight
Yeah,
because he
Cloud
can't
talks
speak?
too much.
Ah. So like he will try to like say all these really like crazy things and
I
then
feel
Link.
like Cloud just doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, listen, like Link is like, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. If we
Okay.
talk like really, okay, if we go like really serious, blah blah blah.
Let's go for it.
I feel like Cloud would actually win because, like, wait, actually, yeah, I feel like Cloud would literally defeat defeat Link, because like in the end, Cloud has an access to all like these modifications, like, summons and materias and whatnot. While Link is literally, if you think about it, Link is literally just kind of like a basic bitch, knight who is like,
snap.
yeah, I'm the chosen one. It's true though, like he doesn't really have like any special powers. He just happens to be like, some random bystander that has been chosen to save the world.
True. Like that's why there's always different
And like
indications.
technically,
of those.
like Link's powers don't even like, protect him or anything like that. Like there has never ever been a moment where like say, oh, actually there probably has been, I'm not entirely sure, someone correct me on this one, but like say I feel like there has not been a moment with Link where he has been, like on a near death experience for his little Triforce power to suddenly protect him. While as in with Cloud, he actually has to rely on his soldier abilities, yada yada yada, and he's got materials and blah blah blah. And I've been in contact with gods. I got Odin on my side, blah 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 blah. So he has more in his arsenal than Link.
True, like very true. Like I
Mm.
will definitely say that like Link has been pretty much only Link because the Triforce of Courage. So there's
It's
any
like
regular
what's the
person here.
word? Like Mary Sue kind of a thing.
Yeah. Well, that's what he's supposed to be designed as, and maybe Sue.
Yeah, like literally, but like with Cloud, he's got other people to rely on. And he's not necessarily like a Marisu character.
Oh yeah, definitely not. He's actually like,
Mm,
yeah, he's very anime. He's very anime
yeah.
protagonist kind of person, but he does have a personality, and he does have like
Yeah, and he
different
does
quirks and
yeah, and
stuff
he
like
does
that.
still go through hardships and such.
Mm-hmm. I can see your point. I can definitely see your point.
Mm.
100%. Cool. That's cool. I like that. Like it shows like your two favorite. Now like now is this your favorite because you grew up with it, or is this something recent?
I grew up with it.
Mm-hmm. Mostly.
I gr- I grew up with N64 and I grew up with PS1. So my first Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy 8 and my first Zelda game was Ocarina of Time.
Nice. Like
So I had like access to both realms at the very young age.
I grew up that kind of age too. I only watched my brother play Legend of Zelda games. I never really played it myself. I did try the Final Fantasy VII back in the day on my PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
But during that time, I played so many different kinds of games, but I never played a turn-based game. It was my first time ever playing a turn-based game. I didn't know how it
Mm-hmm.
worked, so I couldn't get past the first enemy because I didn't know like what I was supposed to do. Like I was trying to hit the A button a whole bunch of times to like attack and auto attack, and he just never did it. Like it just didn't work properly. So like remember I was really young when I did this, so like I thought it was kind of weird that that was the case. Now I love turn-based games, and I actually went back and tried to play Final Fantasy VII on my PlayStation, and it was a great game. I love it. But I'll definitely say that like I wish I grew up with it. I wish I grew up with it.
It's not for everyone. It takes a special kind of person to enjoy JRPGs to begin with. I feel like
No,
because
no.
okay, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love JRPGs. But recently I feel like I can't really enjoy them at their fullest nowadays anymore, like I used to. Mainly because so here's the thing. Like back in the days when I used to play them a lot, I had a lot of time in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays I just don't have time to put or sink into a game that literally is like 40 to 80 hours long because I just don't have the time to
True though.
grind. I got so many other games to play. I got friends to be with, and I got like so many other obligations in life in general that I just don't have time to play a game that literally takes like 80 hours to beat or so.
No, no, like I feel you. Like I
Mm.
used to play Mass Effect, and they just released a Mass Effect remastered, and I was
Oh,
going to
I
try.
got it, but I couldn't play through the first one because it felt so daunting.
I know. I was trying to like speed through the first one so I can get to the
Mm-hmm.
second one because that's like the best one. But I want to get all my choices in the first one. So when I was trying to play through the first one, I realized that I only have like an hour or two to play it, and I
Mm.
that's not a game you only spend like hour or two to play. Like you need to put a lot of
Yeah,
time
yeah,
into it.
yeah.
So like yeah, I agree 100%. I definitely agree with the fact that I just do not have time to do a lot of the games I used to do when I was a kid.
Mm-mm.
But I do like that a lot. Let's
Yeah.
so here's another cool question you might like. Also, if you could live in a video game world, what world would it be?
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, that's always A1's answers. A1's
Pokemon.
answers. Yep.
Either it's Pokemon or it's Hyrule.
Hyrule would be kind of cool. It's
Mm.
just piece of magic and stuff like that. But yeah, Pokemon,
Or
100% the same way.
or FF14.
or
Like actually Final Fantasy 14.
That'd be cool. I again don't know much about the world of Final Fantasy, other than the small I have played in like 7, and Lightning Returns. I did play that one, but I don't know what the kind
Why
of world that was.
wouldn't go into Lightning Returns? That's like, apocalypse kind of a world
Yeah, I won't
to
go in that
begin
world.
with. Yeah, no. No.
Someone says Stardew Valley. Isn't that just regular life, but you're just a farmer?
Mm, yes, Stardew Valley is a farming game. Oh yeah, I would go into Stardew Valley. There's lots of good husbandos there.
Ooh, husbandos. Is there waifus there too?
There are waifus there too, for sure.
Only 2?
No, as well. Like
Oh,
two
as
in
well. My bad. I was like, darn it, just 2, darn it. I've been meaning to
They're
play it.
both waifus and husbandos. They're very good candidates.
Okay, good. Like, I've been meaning to play it, but I don't play farming simulators. Like, I never really been interested in farming simulators. I tried to play
It's not
Harvest Moon.
necessarily a farming simulator. It's more like a life simulator kind of a game. Like, sure, it does, focus more on farming, but it's not like the only thing. If you like, it's more like a management simulator.
Huh. Management. Because, like, so, like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want, like, because it seems like when I play, like, Stardew, not Stardew, a Story of Seasons, so that's why I got into it.
It's kind of like Story of Seasons, yeah. But, like, you can go into, like, dungeons and such, too.
Ooh,
Or mines.
Is there, like, magic in the game?
No.
Oh.
There's a mine that you can go to mine, minerals, but, like, there are monsters in the mines as well that you gotta fight.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll try it eventually. I know it's on my list. It's actually downloaded on my Steam. I just need to play it. So I'll probably find some time to play it eventually. But yeah.
Yeah.
I do see that you've been streaming that a couple times too, so definitely need to check it out.
It's a really good game, especially for starting out streaming in general, and also for smaller streamers, in my opinion. It's probably like the best one out there.
Maybe because I like to stream a lot of games that are brand new to start out with. Like the new Tales of Arise game's coming out pretty soon, and I'm going to be streaming.
Oh my god, I'm so high.
Me too. Like so I'm not much of a Tales fan. I never grew up with it. It was never my jam. But I dated a girl.
I feel like Arise is a really, really, really good gateway to it because of how it looks.
True, that's what I thought so too. Because I was going to try it out, but I did play the demo. I was a little disappointed with some of the features with it. But
really?
Well, okay, so here's what I expect to it. Remember, the gameplays I like to play is like Devil May Cry, Dark Souls kind of gameplay. So when I played this one, I was really like, I wanted to play as the mage, the girl who like had a book, and she seemed like a lot of fun. But the only problem is that when I got in a boss fight, all the aggro was on me and never on anyone else. And I couldn't have time to use any of my spells because the boss kept on like trying to ram to me. And it kind of threw me out a little.
That's just how Tales works. Like, usually the aggro system always targets the main character to begin with, like the main player. So,
But then I did find out that like you can in the main game you can switch between different parties. In the demo you can only play as that one person. So
in general you can switch between characters.
So that's why I was thinking like maybe in the actual game, because I'm still looking forward to the game. In the actual game I'll be able to switch between like the main tanky person, and then I'm able to do the mage later on to like summon her stuff. But I know I'm looking forward to the game. It just the demo was kind of like, this is what a Tales game is like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. Let's see. Okay, let's get into one more question. And this is going to be a pretty interesting question. I would definitely want to know your answer with, because I feel like your answer is very general. because of how long you've been going for, and that is.
Mm-hmm.
Press wrong button. Sorry. Any VTubers you like to collab with one day, like either a friend or someone you look up to. If you can collab with any VTuber in the community, who would you want to do it for?
That's a very good question.
Yeah, for someone who's been around for a while, you have a lot of choices, I feel like.
I have a couple of friends that I wanna collab with. My friend Paimon is one of them.
Paimon from Genshin?
Yeah. No! Don't make Genshin jokes. Don't actually make
Paimon?
Genshin jokes.
I love Genshin.
Paimon is actually mythology-wise is seventh king of hell.
Huh. So Paimon, the emergency food in Genshin Impact, is also one of the like crazy demon lords in hell.
Well, I don't know about like Genshin wise, but my friend is not related to Genshin at all. Like he actually had to make a rule to not make, any jokes about Genshin because it kind of like it's a joke that has overstayed its welcome, basically.
Yes, I can definitely see it being very overstated.
So yeah, he is one of those people that I want to collab with, and we might actually do it at some point. But if we talk about, people that I don't know at all and I am not affiliated or friends with, I feel like Silver Veil at the moment would be someone that I would love to collab with. Like, I feel like we play a lot of like similar games, and she's actually like one of my biggest inspirations as well.
He is actually really cool, and I actually would definitely say that you guys would be able to like bounce off each other pretty well. I think that'd be really good.
Another one. Actually, I don't think there's anyone else. Right now, but like, if you talk about like people I don't know, then Silver Veil probably would be the one because like I know that she plays a lot of like Final Fantasy 14. Like she's a big MMO whiz and stuff like that. So, and despite the whole like maturity level of her streams sometimes, she's a very big sweetheart in general, and that's what I like. Like, I take a lot of inspiration from her regarding that. Like, it's okay to be like mature on your streams, and it's okay to make like adult jokes while keeping things comfortable because like she does it so effortlessly. I'm like, I've always wanted to get to the same level with that as well.
That'd be good. Hopefully one day it will happen. That'd be cool.
I feel like we're already over there. you
Go
can
for
ask
it.
my community that I feel like we're already over there. Like we make a lot of like adult jokes between each other, but we keep it cozy. Like
Yeah.
and we keep it respectful. That's the key word. We keep it respectful.
Yeah, no, I was looking at your Twitter page, and I noticed that you guys have a not safe for work Twitter as well.
We don't talk about that.
Oh, okay. I haven't checked it yet, but I was like, why would this innocent bunny have a not safe for work area?
Sometimes people have needs too. Okay.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. I think that actually works out perfectly, especially for someone who really likes Silvervale. I can definitely see that. Alright. I love it. Alright, so you've been doing it for a very long time, but you can still have goals. So what would you say is your current goals with streaming?
My current goal with streaming is to become a better streamer and grow as a person.
You're pretty mature, and you have a lot of really cool aspects for your
There's always,
streams.
room for,
Improvement.
improvement. There are some aspects of myself as a entertainer that I don't like, and I'm constantly looking to improve them. And also as a person, like there are certain things that I don't handle well, and I'm looking forward to kind of like learn to improve them better.
Nice. Well, keep going for it. I know I'm still trying to improve on a daily basis, so I
Mm.
definitely can agree with that. Cool, but no, I like it. I like it. And let's get into the last question, and that is, what advice would you have for anyone who's starting out as a streamer slash VTuber?
Don't expect to make money.
Oh, that's a good one,
Yeah,
actually.
you will not make money unless you got actual sponsorships or contacts in general.
Especially on
I
Twitch.
feel like a lot of people get into streaming in hopes to actually like make it into a career. I will let you know immediately that this, like, I don't make enough money to make a living to begin with, even though I am technically a full-time streamer. I
Mm-hmm.
don't make money for a living.
Oh no.
Um, Streaming in general, especially if you want to make it a career, it's much harder than your basic 9 to 5 job. It has a lot more into it than your basic job, because ultimately your own editor, your own producer, you're basically your own social media manager, etc., etc. You have to keep up with the trends. You have to be ahead of trends, yada yada yada, like all that stuff all the time. um so basically, if you're going into the streaming, don't expect to gain much to begin with, because this market is very saturated. um don't worry about numbers in general, like too much. Like, just go in with the mindset of like having this as your hobby,
Which is
unless you
good.
actually have like some sort of a marketable plan on like how you're gonna grow. um Literally be yourself. Like, if you're your character, that's cool, but if you're gonna go on a route of like being a character, then maintain it. And if you
Agreed.
can't maintain it, then be communicative with your community. That's probably like the biggest advice I can give to people. Like, literally be open for communication.
With the community
Because
to you free.
like yeah, especially with your community. um I'm not gonna go ahead and give out a generic advice. So um another big thing is, like, from the get-go, like, know what kind of audience you want to cultivate,
Which
and
is
know
also
what kind
good.
of, yeah, like, know already like what kind of community you want to build. And furthermore, put down boundaries, like actually place down boundaries for yourself and your community. If you don't feel comfortable, it will not be fun for you. Streaming is supposed to be fun for
Mm-hmm.
you, not for your audience primarily. Because, like, if you're not having fun, then your audience is not having fun. Sure, your audience comes first, but so does your entertainment and comfortability. Like,
Oh
you
yeah.
can't entertain people if you're not comfortable within your own house.
No, 100% agree. Like if like fans can tell if you're not having fun. So if you're
Mm,
playing a game that's just popular but you're not enjoying it,
yeah.
people will notice. People will notice. That's why you want
Another
to start
tip
like
that
that.
I will also give, that don't feel bad if you're not enjoying a game. I used to be the kind of person that, oh my god, like, I'm not actually enjoying this playthrough. I'm gonna feel bad because people are probably expecting me to continue with this game. Don't feel bad about it, like, literally. It's
Mhm.
okay. Like if you're not actually enjoying a game that you're playing, then it's okay to shelf things, because that's probably what 80 to 90% of people do anyways.
Yep.
People are there
100%.
for you anyways. The game is just the way people discover you.
Yep. 100%.
Hmm.
Cool. I like that. These are really good answers to all my questions. I think these are actually really nice. Thank you so much for answering all my questions. Very thoughtfully
No
too.
problem.
Cool. So I'm going to. I had to go feed my cat because my cat's being a butt over here.
Aw,
I know,
can
right?
we see your cat?
Yeah, you definitely see my cat. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get him really quick. 1 second. Think of some questions in chat that you guys would like to ask either me or our special guest here. So give me 1 second, okay?
Mm-hmm. Guys, we're gonna see the cat. Must pet. You like the look of his room? Very anime. I like it too. I love the presentation of like all the merch and such. I'm trying to like see what I can actually like recognize. Thank you, Wolfie. How is the chat doing, by the way? I was gonna say that I like the big Vtuber head. Yeah, how is everybody doing? I'm being a bit hungry. I think I might eat something afterwards, you know.
Sorry for the wait, guys. I get my
Oh!
little guy out of here.
He's so pretty!
I know, right?
Oh my god, his fur looks so well groomed and soft. Mm-hmm.
I realized that I had to get him a brand new thing of food, so I had to go open that kind of stuff up.
That's fine. People were fawning over your room.
Oh, my room? Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Your setup is very aesthetically pleasing.
Well, thank you. Like one of the reasons, a question I get asked a lot is that why, for someone who's really interested in VTubing, why am I not a VTuber? And one of the reasons is because of this. I like to show off my stuff.
I mean, I don't have anything in my room, so it doesn't bother me.
Exactly.
But if I did have, if I did have a collection like you, I would just probably, have like a, how should I put it? I would take a picture of my setup and then just, stamp my VTuber model on it.
You definitely could. Like that's definitely an option. Like green screen just this one spot and then have everything like perfect. So I thought about it, but nah. I like showing off to you guys and like bringing things forward so that if you want to see something, I can like just bring it up forward. My little sushi roll.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, I like it. I think it's really good.
What's the one with the ring of fire?
This one? Oh yeah.
Like next to the mic. Yeah.
This is Tenjo.
I'm watching the stream, so it's a bit delayed.
No worries.
Oh, that's the dude from the Demon Slayer.
It is
My
Dendrio.
community literally, I don't know if they finished watching Demon Slayer, but they were watching Demon Slayer in my stream. Excuse
It's
me,
really
Discord.
good. It's really good. I really like it. I'm really looking forward to the next season.
Mm-hmm.
Any other ones you want to see?
How many Funkos do you have? Have you
Ooh.
counted?
I have a lot. I have a lot of them. Mostly because so I can check really quick too. But I actually been keeping track of all my Funkos, and I have some really rare ones. Like I have so far my list of Funkos I have right now. It's worth about $2,122 with 66
Holy.
items. Yeah, no, they're really expensive. Actually, I have one Funko Pop. I can show you right now if you guys want to see it. It's worth over
Whoa.
$300.
300! Wow, okay.
You guys want to see it? You guys want to see it?
Yes, please do.
Okay, cool. Let me go get that for you.
I want that kind of room, guys, too. Whenever I get my new apartment, I'm gonna fill it up with bunch of otaku shit.
Is this one right here?
It's Ochako.
Yep.
Oh, from
Ochako.
MHA.
She's
Hmm.
she's from the which one? 2017 Comic-Con exclusive.
Oh.
Yeah, so
No
she's
wonder she's so rare, like valuable.
and I have it in like a nice
Mhm.
like plastic case, but yeah, she's worth over $300. This thing is. That's crazy.
She's in a really good shape too.
Thank you, thank you. I try to keep it really nice shape.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love having all my setups. Like if you guys see, I have my gaming setup with my PS. I'm a huge Sony person. I'm really huge in Sony. I have the PS5, PS4 Pro. I have a PS5, which is over there. I have a PS Classic, which they don't even make anymore. PlayStation 3 Metal Gear Solid Edition. So I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid buff. I have a 2DS and all the other cool stuff, and then my manga on top of it. So I have a lot of cool stuff. I would say it definitely.
That's so cool. Wow. Thank you so much for showing my community your room.
Yeah.
Will you give us your room tour?
Yeah. I would, but my camera's kind of set the way it is. If you guys like to check out my entire gaming setup, I actually have it on my TikTok. I have a TikTok, and I have my room tour on. So not trying to plug, but you guys follow me on Twitter and all the other stuff. You guys can check out my room tour. I would normally just take the camera, but it's kind of set in this very specific way. If only I can move it. I know there's some streamers who can like just pop it off and just stop moving around. I cannot do that with mine. I wish I could. It'd be really cool.
I never understood TikTok, so you ain't gonna get any advice from me.
No worries. I only use it to really plug my other stuff. So one of the things I make also is I make quick gaming news caps. So what's going on in the gaming community, like all the gaming like industry, I make like 1 minute news caps of talking about that kind of stuff each and every day for a pretty long time so far now. And I use TikTok to like post stuff like that, but also sometimes I'll post other random things like Genshin like polls, or like if something just interesting happened, I'm like, oh hey, here's my cool setup. So I use it for like just pretty much to expand my social media stuff, Again, like you said, being a social manager is part of it, and part of being a social manager is posting all your content as many platforms as possible. And that's what I do. I try to get my name out there. Trying to get my name out there. Cool.
That's good.
Cool. Okay, so questions. So you already saw some really awesome, cool stuff I have. But chat, we would like to ask you, would you have any questions for either one of us that you would love to be answered? No bad questions. Ask any question you want, and we'll answer as truthfully as possible.
As truthfully as possible.
Yep. No lies. You have to answer it, no matter what.
Okay.
So we'll see what chat has to say. And you can ask any questions for me too, because I asked you all my questions.
How long have you been a collector?
Of like all my stuff? I've been a collector since I was in college. So when I first started college, I started collecting all the cool stuff, because that's when I moved out of my family's place and moved in with my own. And when I moved into my own, I started collecting all the stuff I've always wanted. So that was probably, you know what? I actually probably been collecting for about 80 years now. I want to say 80 years. I've been 8 years. So close to almost 10 years now that I've been collecting like stuff. I've been more like aggressive collecting lately because of the job I work out. I'm able to financially stable, and I'm able to afford like really cool stuff. It used to be just really small little things, but I've been able to afford a lot bigger stuff now that I have the job that I have right now. Okay, so can you call the chat cute? Like me, or like I can call you guys cute, but it's probably not gonna be very impressive if I call you guys cute, you know. I think they want you to call it cute. It's not really a question though.
I think the chat stinks.
Oh, chat stinks. Ooh, ouch. So
Chat
sad.
is full of stinkies.
Oh no, this is so stinky. What's a movie or show you're looking forward to this year or next year? Aw, chat's so sad.
Oh
now.
my god. I have that one movie that people already know that I'm super hyped about.
Ooh, what
It's
movie?
called Belle. Like, you know, Belle from
Beauty and the Beast?
Beauty and the Beast, yeah. It's an anime movie that's coming out. It's from the same makers of Summer War.
Ooh, that sounds
it
awesome.
looks really good, and I'm like, it got released in Japan in July already, so I'm waiting for like the international release.
That'd be really cool to see. I might check that out. I love Summer Wars. So
It's basically about a girl who lost her mom, and because of it, she kind of lost her ability to sing. So she goes into this like virtual world called, I think it was called You or something like that. And so she becomes like accidentally an idol in that virtual world. And then it goes into the whole like, you know, aspect of, you know, the whole Beauty and the Beast kind of a thing, but in anime style.
That's
but yeah,
cool.
It's so good.
I love that. That'd be kind of cool to get into it. And I also love the
What
fact.
about you?
For me, I'm pretty basic. I'm very basic. Like, I don't watch movies very often. Movies are not really that big. If it's TV shows, I am super looking forward to the next season of Demon Slayer, and also I'm super looking forward to Komi Can't Communicate, the anime adaptation that's coming out this upcoming season. That's something I'm super looking forward to. Movies, though, this new Spider-Man movie, because it's Doctor Strange, and I love Doctor Strange, so like I wouldn't mind like checking that out.
Oh, okay.
I love how in chat like says that like, I'm so sorry that it's so stinky. It's very humid over here. I'm guessing where they live is very humid. Cool. I love it though. But yeah, no, I'm more looking forward to the anime side of things than the movie side of things.
Oh yeah, same.
Not
really like any animes that I'm looking forward to, because like I haven't had any time to watch any anime to begin with. So, you know, I haven't been keeping up.
I'm kind of forcing myself for the seasonal part, because I make a video on my YouTube channel where I like talk about the seasonal anime, my opinions on it, and what I'm looking forward to. So each and every season, I talk about the upcoming season and my thoughts on the previous season. So I've been kind of
Mm-hmm.
forcing myself to watch it, which is cool because I get to watch anime I would not normally watch and fall in love with, and keep up with
Yeah.
anime that I really do enjoy. So I like it. It's a cool series. So not to get political or anything, it sounds like it's gonna be a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you prefer regular cucumbers or pickles? Wow, that's very
Regular
political.
cucumbers, I feel like they're more
Really?
versatile. Yeah, personally for me, I literally do not eat
Ping
Really
pong.
don't
cucumbers
know how to
in.
act around you people.
Excuse me, I don't eat pickles
Oh.
in any form except in a hamburger.
Mm.
And like I'm not too picky about them. Sometimes I have them with, say, like a hot dog if it's put on it, but it's not like I, go for them. Cucumbers, I always like put cucumbers in my salad and in my, sandwiches, for example. And I always have cucumbers. Well, not always, but sometimes I have like cucumber sticks as snacks as well, with like a ranch sauce.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Like I
Hmm.
actually like pickles. I actually do like pickles a lot. And I used to eat pickles just straight up whole. It does have to be like a specific kind of pickle though. But I
Oh,
usually
I like specific kinds of pickles too.
like I don't like dill. I do not like dill pickles. Do not like dill pickles at all. But I'm
Oh my
all
god! So I tried out dill pickle chips once.
chips, chip ones.
Yeah, there are dill pickle chips. It's a Canadian horror.
Nasty, nasty. I will stay away
It
from
is.
that.
It was very nasty. I'm like, I do not. I mean, if you want to try them out, feel free.
I'm not gonna try that. You have fun with that. I'm good.
They're an experience, okay?
Yeah. There's some experiences I choose not to experience. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. But I
Okay.
actually am not into having pickles on sandwiches or like hot dogs because I don't like
Mhm.
the juices from the pickle get soaked in the bread. So I'm weird like that.
Oh.
Oh, the Overlord movie does look pretty good. I really like Overlord too, so I wouldn't mind getting into that. What else cutting questions do we have? Yeah, cucumbers are cool, but I prefer pickles. That's my answer.
Mm.
I guess as a bunny, you would definitely be more interested in the raw cucumbers than pickles, right? You know, like carrots, right? Carrots, stuff like
I
that.
like carrot. Yeah,
There you go.
I also have carrot sticks with ranch sometimes. Okay.
Nothing wrong with that, Like I
Yeah.
assume that you would love carrots, So whenever I need to do a collab with you one day, I'll make sure to bring a lot of carrots.
Thank you.
Okami, yeah, I know Okami is really cool too. What snack you can eat no matter what? What kind of snack can I eat no matter what?
Oh my
Okay,
god, the one that I always go for are literally chips. Just chips. I love chips so much.
chips. What kind of chips though?
Sometimes, usually it's a barbecue flavored chips.
Nice. I was expecting to say carrots, but chips are good too. I like chips. Like veggie chips. Would you eat veggie chips?
I have eaten veggie chips. Like, yeah, I have eaten veggie chips.
They're
Yeah.
pretty good. I actually like them a lot.
Yeah. I also like banana chips.
Banana chips are really good. Seaweed wraps. Those little seaweed wraps. I love eating those. That's like a snack I really love to eat.
Oh my god. So I had seaweed chips for the first time like a couple of months ago. They're so good.
Ooh, seaweed chips. I gotta try that.
Yeah. Like literally, they're just, like dry seaweed.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Like the
Oh.
little squares of just seaweed and you just eat it.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're really good.
Me too. I love it. I could eat that anytime, any day. That's probably the
The
chips
ones
I can
that I
think
got,
of.
there was like a regular ones, then there was like cheese flavored and
Cheese?
sour sweet. No, wait, sour cream. Yeah. Wait, no, wait. What's it called? The chip flavor? Sour and cream, is it?
I think it is sour cream.
I think it's sour cream. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know there was
The
seaweed
cheese
wraps
one
like
was
that.
actually like surprisingly good.
I'll have to look that up. The only other
Mm.
one would probably be popcorn. I've been really into popcorn lately. It's my like snack that I can eat really quickly,
Hey, what
without
now?
feeling popcorn. I really like popcorn.
Popcorn. Oh, I
I've been
love
really
popcorn.
enjoying popcorn lately. Sour cream and onion.
Popcorns are so good. Yeah, sour cream and onion. Thank you. That's it.
That's a good one. That's a good one too. But yeah, I've been really enjoying popcorn lately, just because I feel like it fills me up without like making me like bloated. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel pickles may have sometimes overpower some of the food. Cucumbers are more versatile. Agreed, agreed. Subjects on food. Favorite dessert. I used to love.
Cheesecake.
Yeah, I used to love cheesecake. I used to love cheesecake, but it's been too sugary for me. As I got older, I don't know how old you are, but as I got older, I can't take too much sugar anymore. I just feel like
I'm in my
it's
late 20s.
well, I'm in my late 20s too. I'm actually about to hit 30 very soon. So,
Ha! I'm about to hit 28 soon.
so I'm older. I'm
Ish.
older. I'm older.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just haven't been able to really enjoy too much sugar. Don't get me wrong. Like I have Oreos right over here. Like I can have like
No,
sugar
I
every now
get
and then.
that. Like, for me, I can't really eat too much, like, sweet stuff because, it makes me feel sick. So that's why I like savory types of things more.
Mm-hmm.
But usually, like, the kinds of cheesecakes that I get are not really like that sweet. They taste more like cream, like, I don't know, like cream cheese is what they use. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. I was like, you get
yeah.
cream cheese flavor, cheesecake. That's kind of interesting. Like go for it. Like you do you, you do you. I like mine a little more sweeter. But I would say favorite dessert is mochi. Yes, I'm a very weeby
Mochi.
person, but I love
Oh,
mochi, especially
I love
chocolate.
boba.
Boba's good. Boba's good. I like boba. I haven't had any good.
Oh,
Oh, oh,
actually, I think I retract my statement. My
oh,
favorite snack, the dessert, is not cheesecake. No, absolutely not.
oh.
I forgot. How could I forget? My favorite dessert is coconut ice cream with deep fried
Ah,
banana and caramel
ooh,
sauce.
that sounds really good. I'm hungry now.
It's really good.
I'll have to try that one day. I probably won't do it at my house, but like I'll go somewhere and like they make it for me. Yo.
Usually it's made as a dessert in like Asian restaurants.
Ooh. I'll have to check that out. That sounds good. I don't have that many Asian areas in where I live, but I would
Mm.
love to go and like try that out. That sounds cool. Yep, this is definitely a buns community where you guys talk about foods and snacks.
Oh yeah, we talk about a lot of food. Okay.
I love it. Like you guys have all the questions. You can ask any question you want. Any question we'll answer truthfully. What's your favorite snack? Like I love it. I love it. You guys are awesome. No, like go for it. Like I think it's pretty good. Um,
Mm.
uh, would you say that would you ever want to visit Japan one day if that's an
Oh, it
option?
was literally my dream.
Same here. Like same here,
I
100%.
my sole purpose for visiting Japan is to visit Aerosea Cafe, which is like the FF14 themed
Ooh,
restaurant. Yeah,
that'd be
and also
cool.
I want to visit the Pokemon Center.
The Pokemon Center would be nice too. Yeah, there's so many places I want to go
Yeah.
to Japan. I want to go to a traditional Japanese like temple or shrine, even if it's like a
Mm-hmm.
haunted one that's like been overgrown.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be so cool to go check out.
Yeah. I also want to go to the Fox Island.
Fox Island would be cool, or Cat Island. I would like to go to Cat Island.
Cat Island, yes. Or I would love to visit onsens,
Mm-hmm.
but unfortunately I am not allowed to go to onsens unless it's like one of those like tourist places. I'm not allowed to go to like, traditional inns or onsens.
Because of tattoos.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, I heard of that too, and I have heard that not all traditional Austins like
Not all, but they're
forbid.
very rare.
They are very rare. And see if there's any questions that we could answer for you guys. Uh, if if you happen to be a reader or audiobook listener, favorite book or book series, excluding excluding manga. Aw, 'cause I don't really read books. I
I
read
don't really
manga.
read books either, but I remember that my favorite book was Little Prince.
Little Prince. Aw.
Yeah.
I think that's a really like I haven't heard of it, but it sounds like it would fit you very well.
It's a book that suits both children and adults. Like it does go into like adult themes. Like there's a lot of meanings to it, to the book, like regardless of what age you are. That's what I like about it the most.
I agree. I agree. Like my favorite book series that I grew up with was the Goosebumps. So I love ghost stories. So I think that's just
Oh.
really cool. So that's definitely probably the only book series that I actually really fell in love with reading when I was a kid. 'Cause I didn't like reading that much when I was growing up.
Mhm.
Because it was always like very difficult for me because I have like weird situations. But I do love reading the Goosebumps, especially the adventure ones, where like you read to a certain part and then you make a choice, and whatever choice you make, you go to that page, and that will change your outcome of your story. Like choose your own adventure books. I love those. Those are
Mhm.
cool. But yeah, I love Goosebumps. I love ghost stories. Ghost stories have always been really interesting for me. Like I literally
I
have a
love
little.
spooky things in general.
Me too. I have a little ghost girl on my shirt.
Oh.
I like ghosts. Ghosts are cool. It was such a good show back in the day. Yeah, I love the show too. Even though like going back and watching it recently, definitely aged not that well. But
Yeah.
I enjoyed it
No.
when I remember it. It was really cool.
Mm.
Any questions anymore? This is you guys' chance to ask any questions you guys like. We're coming up on a 2 hour mark, which is usually when I usually have these last for. So we're getting to the end, and I want to say thank you again for being my guest, answering all my
Oh, no
questions,
problem. The
and
longest interview that I've ever had was 4 hours long.
wow, what kind of interview was
Yeah.
that?
It was literally the same as this one, but we were just talking bunch of shite during the interview as well. So that's why it got like so extended. 4
4 hours? That's
hours?
crazy.
Yeah, it was with Komori Mojo.
What like I definitely
he's
don't
not a
mind.
he's not a VTuber.
Oh, nice. I don't mind like talking like randomly. Like if the conversation goes up, I usually go for it too.
Mm.
I usually just try and like keep up to like the questions as much as possible as the interviewer to like try and keep things on topic. But I do like it when it
Hmm.
goes off the rails and we just talk for 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours.
Yeah, I like it when it's like casual and not as, I don't
Strict,
know,
strict,
like
right?
a strictly interview.
Yeah, like you do not answer the question properly. Answer it again. Like no,
Mm.
no. I like it chill. I like it chill. I like it too. Um, well, how about not excluding manga? What's your favorite series of book then? If it's not excluding manga, my favorite manga um, was actually how I got into manga in the first place, which was a romance. I'm a hugely like into romance. I love I'm like hopeless romantic. So the book
Mm.
series We Never Learn is my favorite book manga series. I think it's so freaking adorable. Um, that Discord, like you see my like icon in Discord, is the main character from that series.
Oh.
So if you ever wonder what that picture was, it was him. Him just being very blush. He's like blushing like crazy right now, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It actually got me into manga in the first place because I was watching the anime, and after the anime ended, I couldn't stop thinking about it. I wanted to keep watching it, but there was no way for me to watch it. But then I was like, wait, I can read the manga, and that's how I got into it. And now I read a whole bunch of other different kinds of mangas and stuff that doesn't even have anime adaptations with it.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? Do
Fair.
you like to watch or read manga?
Mm. No. The only manga that I've ever read is the collection of Junji Ito.
That'd be a cool one. I never heard that one before.
Junji Ito is the horror a manga artist.
Oh, sounds cool.
Yeah. He
Junji
draws a lot of like surreal spooky stuff.
Oh, didn't he have an anime adaptation as well? Now that I'm starting to remember.
That sucks.
Oh, it sucked. Okay, yeah.
That sucks.
It sounds like if it's the guy I'm thinking about, yeah, I heard that his anime wasn't that great because you can't portray his art in a moving form like that, which I agree. Oh, a cringy topic, perfect date. So I'm very basic, boring. As I got older, it used to be the perfect date was going out to the beach and blah blah blah. But now as I got older and now I'm like more like on the ground, the perfect date really was just us chilling at home. I make dinner for the date, and we just like either play video games or watch anime. You know, I want to create the dinner though because I love making dinner and then making food for people. So I would love to make dinner for them while they're playing video games or watching anime, and then we both sit together and just relax and chill. That'd be like the perfect date for me personally. How about our bunny friend? Do you have a perfect date in mind?
I do. Yeah, leaving them on read and continuing my day with my friends.
Nice. So
I'm
like,
kidding.
oh, I know. I was gonna say it's like, wow, just bringing them in with your friends. Like, I guess that's a way of having a date.
No,
you know?
I'm just gonna leave them on read. I'm just gonna, yeah.
Hey.
No, my perfect date would literally be the same as yours. I don't, yeah.
Make dinner for the person and just chill at the house.
For the person. Oh, I've always wanted to go on an arcade date. I think that would be another one.
That'd be cool. We don't have any arcades where I live, so that'd be kind of cool. I miss arcades. They were fun.
Yeah, we have one arcade hall, so I would probably go there, and then I would be like, "Hey, wanna come over? Like, let's make some food." Like, I love cooking, but I've always thought that it would be cute to cook together.
Aw, what would you guys cook together with? What would be the item?
What we would cook? I don't know, whatever they want to eat.
So, like for me, I'm really good. Like this is one thing I'm really like passionate about, and that's why I'm really good. I'm really good at cooking steaks and like making really good sears and different kinds of styles of it.
Jesus.
So I would have them make like a side while I create the steak. You know what I mean?
Can we go on a date?
Oh, thank you. I much appreciated.
I just want the steak.
You just want the steak, yeah, that makes sense.
I just want the steaks. I don't need anything else.
just the steak. I'll make you the steak for you. Don't worry, I make steaks for everyone. So like, I'm totally down to like just make you a steak. It doesn't even have to be a date. We just hang out.
But it's a date steak.
It is a date steak. It makes it a little bit better because if you like seafood, I actually put a lobster tail on top of it. I put like couscous on top of it and make it like nice.
Oh my god, couscous is so good.
So good, and it works so well. It's very fancy rice, pretty much. And so I have like a really good like ribeye steak, nice and seared with like teriyaki and all the kind of good stuff. And then I have couscous on top, and then I put the lobster tail on top of it, and it tastes really good. It's like surf and turf. That's like one of my favorite things to make. So that, or I can also put like some like scallops on the sides and stuff like that. So good, so good. Someone runs back. Did I hear lobster? Yes, yes. That I do make lobster. I actually have done.
I have never had lobster before.
It's really good. It's really good. Think of like just like eating the sea. Like it's super fishy, very like seafood. But if you love seafood, it's so good. Especially if you get the lobster tail, because that's like the meatiest part, and you can just pull it off. Either have it on top of the shell, or just cook it within it. And you can put some like cool like grinds in it. It's so good, so good.
Wolfie has a good point. Can we just all go on a date with you, like collectively?
You guys all want to date? Go on a date with me? That's a lot of steaks, though. That's a lot of steaks. Like, I don't know if I can do that much. I
hope you got a lot of meat to share.
I'll try my best. Like I don't know how how well I'll be able to do that for you guys. My kitchen's very
Mm.
small. My kitchen's very small. We all
We all
pitch in.
pitch in.
Oh, cool. Then
Yep.
everyone can do it. It's a high stakes dinner. Oh, I love it. The puns, the puns.
The puns are very rampant in my community.
I love it. I love it. I love these puns. Kind of makes me like feel like a dad whenever I hear like puns like this. High stakes. And if we make a side, it will be good. A full butt meal. Agreed. Like, why not? Why not? Why? Like, why not? We should have all the steaks. I think it's really good. But also, I've been making a lot of like Japanese traditional meals too. So like ramen. I've been trying to get really good at making like legit ramen. So like that, and then yeah, I've been having fun with that. I've been trying to make like good miso soup. I'm trying to become a pro and making just straight up rice. Like I don't know why it took me so many years to make it, but like I finally got like rice down to like a T. This is really cool. What do you like to make?
Rice with tea?
Mm-hmm. Oh well,
I've
no.
had that before, like in green tea. It's pretty good.
I like whenever I feel very weeby, I will have like miso soup, rice, and tea. What do you like to make?
What I like to make, like
yeah, like what kind of cooking do you like to do? Like I have a lot of fun making these dishes, and they do come out pretty well.
I personally just love making like oven-based foods. So lots of like casseroles and such.
Nice. My dad usually does that
Basically
too.
because like I just don't really have time to make anything, so the oven does the cooking for me.
Makes sense. I usually use the oven for like broiling, not broiling. Like cooking within. Kind of stuff
I
like that.
love stuffed mushroom.
Ooh. I personally don't like mushrooms, but I've heard stuffed mushrooms is really good.
I love mushrooms. I am a big fan.
Big fan. I love how big your mouth became when you said that. I think it's great.
Big fan.
Big fan. Big fan. But yeah, no, fried rice, pretty good. Like definitely. Like I love creating like fancy dishes. Maybe it's because I used to watch like Hell's Kitchen all the time. So me and my brother will create these dishes and we would pretend to be on the show. That was when we were a lot younger. Now I just do it for fun and just make a lot of cool dishes.
My cooking was influenced by Food Wars. Oh,
the anime.
Yes, I too like to get naked when I taste my own food.
Huh. I feel like that'd be dangerous. I was gonna say like I feel like that'd be a little dangerous, but okay, like
I like to live on the edge.
Get a little singe on your chest hair, and like that. I see. Actually, like legit, I actually did learn some tips from my cooking. From Food Wars, like how you can increase the speed of how things absolve with honey when you put marinade with your steaks. If you put honey with it, it absorbs it easier, quicker. I did not know that until Food Wars. But I promise you, and I do apologize to everyone in chat, my food does not destroy your clothes. I wish they did.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Trust me, I tried. Not good enough. Maybe it will destroy your overcoats and your jackets because it gets really hot in my room. But other than that, no. It doesn't just explode. I'm working on it though. I'm working on it. I'll try and keep getting better.
Well, when you get on that level, you know who to call.
Yep. I'll give my buddy senpai to come over and be a taste tester. You don't really wear that much clothes though, as a bunny senpai though. Like now that I'm looking, maybe I shouldn't be looking.
Please do not look at me like that.
Because I was gonna say like I can't really expose your clothes if you're only wearing like a little ribbon on. Like I think.
Well, good thing that this table is covering me.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say like good thing the cover of the table. Is this what you really like? This is what you show off to your stream all the time? Just
yeah. I'm
Oh
not
wow.
banned yet.
Wow. Yeah, like Twitch, why aren't you banning?
That's
Like
because my ribbon is covering my nipples.
Ah, that's how you get them. You need to do a hot tub stream then.
Oh, maybe I should.
There you go, chat. I gave him the idea. Hot tub stream for you guys. Like Yuri's
Hot bun stream.
hot button stream. I love it. I love it. I think it'd be great. You should totally call it that. Probably best if not destroyed. No, destroyed the ribbon. The date you described sounds good enough to get the clothes off the rest of the way, respectfully. So if my date comes to fruition, they don't have to be exploded off. They'll just come off naturally. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. Hot bun gone wild in hot tub. I can see the views now. Yep, I can see it too. It'd be perfect.
I can see the views once I get my new model.
Ooh, that'd be interesting. Your new model hot tub stream. Ooh, snap. Cool. Oh dang. So, I'm ready. I don't know about you guys. I think I can handle it. I don't know. Maybe it's only for the very select few who can handle the streams.
Just make sure to have a fan on when you do.
Yeah, I'll definitely.
It might get too hot.
Might get too hot. I'll open the windows.
Good.
Any other questions you'd like to ask? Chat, anyone you want to ask? Are you ready for Halloween? I am not.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm not. Maybe I'll dress up at work, and maybe I'll dress up for like stream. But I am planning on having a whole bunch of horror games in line for October, so I'll be playing a lot of horror games, which I'm really excited about.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I love horror games, and I need to finish playthrough of Fatal Frame and Corpse Party. So I'm gonna be playing those two games too. And then a whole bunch of other new ones.
Gracious, Corpse Party is something else.
Yeah, but I promised myself I would play it. Like I never played it. I've always watched people play it, but I need to finish it. It's getting intense where I'm at right now. But it's been a while since I played it.
Something that I always recommend people to play is Fatal Frame series.
Oh yeah, like they are doing a remake.
Or Silent Hill.
Silent Hill is a good one. Maybe I should try and play that one.
They are making the remake of the Maiden of the Black Water.
Maiden of the Black Water. Which I'm looking forward to doing it. Which I think is going to be digital only on the Switch store sometime near the end of October. So I'll definitely be streaming that.
I'm gonna be getting it probably on PC.
Do it. Go for it.
I will.
What you get free candy? It doesn't work at all any other day. Believe me, I tried. Oh yeah, no. Like I don't know. It depends on where you go to. If you go to a dentist, they usually give you a free candy because they want to see you come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. I don't eat too much sugar anymore, so candy.
Yeah, I don't eat sugar, so Halloween doesn't really do anything for me.
I
like
used
spooky things. I like to be spooky, but when it comes to like trick or treating, it doesn't really like serve me any purpose.
Get a dentist sticker. What was that? Did you like hit something?
No.
Oh.
I was just my chair. I was positioning myself because my butt was getting sore.
Sitting down was too much. No worries. Totally agree. You said you'll be scary. Like, how can you be scary? You're such a cute little bunny. How can a cute little bunny be scary? No, look at how adorable that. Did I say something wrong? What? Do you really want to know? Oh no! You just turned all yandere over on me. No, I'm sorry. No. Trying to stab me. No, stay away. No. Ah. That's funny though. Put the knife away. Put the knife away. You try to kill me with knives and guns over here. Dang, so violent. So violent.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I forgot to show my secret weapon.
So you have a secret weapon? So you try to kill me with a gun. Hold on. I'm gonna put you. Oh yeah, it's not in front.
Right here.
Oh snap! Oh snap! What's the secret weapon? Oh no! Oh no! So fluffy and violent. Fluffy. Aw, aw, you're so sad. Aw, they're there. You know.
This is my secret weapon.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, there. I'm giving you head pats. Okay, I'm giving you head pats. Aw, there. Nothing's wrong. We all love you. You know, you're such a cute bunny, and it can be very deadly and evil sometimes. Don't worry. You always like it. You're all good. And I'm like in chat. You might be jealous. I'm the only person who can actually head pat him like this. See. I'm special like this.
Now I'm on the stage.
Yep. Now you're front and center. you're the star of the show.
Mm-hmm.
That sad face. It hurts. The cringe. The cringe. Love it. Cool. Hey, any more questions from chat? Now our special guest is front and center, taking all of the hits, all of the questions. Tries, please let me stab you. Oh, I see it. Like I don't want you to stab me, please. But like, oh, Kreese, please, just a little stab it through the heart, just a little bit. It won't hurt too much. I promise.
Is this your little stabby?
Aw, you're stabby, sure. Aw, like how can you say no to that face? Like you just can't. You know, like, it shouldn't hurt too much, right, guys? It just shouldn't hurt too much.
Yeah.
Much jelly. Super jelly. The jelly that I was able to pet you. Fine, you can stab.
Fine, you can stab.
It's fine. Okay, good. Hard to say no to that face. True, though.
My community is very loyal to me.
Yes, I can see that. It's a good community to have. It's a very good community to have. The voice actor and real actor you want to meet. I would love to meet like Jim Carrey and like Jackie Chan. Like those two, like my idols. I would love to meet Robin Williams, but rest in peace. Other than that, maybe some YouTubers like the Game Grumps. They have been a huge inspiration for my entire childhood.
Oh, I love Game Grumps.
Me too. I love Game Grumps. I grew up watching them since I was a little kid, and I would love to meet them one day. But yeah, that's the people I would love to meet. Both of our.
I don't have anyone.
You don't have anyone you want to meet?
I don't have anyone.
Dang. Okay. Like even Silvervale. You want to meet Silvervale?
Well, I mean, she's not an actor or voice actor though.
So you wouldn't want to meet any like the voice actor of like Cloud Strife or some of your favorite characters?
No.
Hey, no, go for it. Totally good. No. You're good. Favorite holidays? It would be Halloween for me. Halloween and Christmas. Halloween and Christmas. Only Christmas is very romantic. Like I always learned that like Halloween was always like for like horror, but you also hang out with your friends. November, like Thanksgiving, has always been about family, spending time with family, and then December and Christmas has always been with your significant other. So I've always liked Christmas and Halloween. I love how you just vibing with the music.
Halloween for me.
Halloween's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah. I can be in a costume.
You're already in a costume though.
I am.
I've never seen Christmas as romantic before. Yeah, no. Have you seen anime? Like anime, every anime has like some kind of like Christmas time, and is usually very romantic. Like that's how I
can't
felt.
see it as romantic because I'm single.
Well, I'm single too, but I still hopeless romantic.
Well, I am too, but you know.
I've always thought like it.
I spend my Christmas with my community.
Aw, there you go. That's cool. The only reason why I like Halloween is to watch Nightmare Before Christmas. True, that's a good movie. In my country, December is like super family centric. So same. Yeah, it's very centric where I live too, but I still like kind of like the whole idea of like it's so cold and you meet up with someone and you guys both like kind of like share warmth with each other. I don't know. Again, hopeless romantic. I love that kind of stuff. Yeah, in anime you can see it. Single gang boy. Yeah, single guys. Yeah, whoa. The single team. Woo. Nothing wrong about it being very family centric though. Yeah, family is very important. Kind of wish Halloween was bigger here. Love the color scheme. Yeah, no, I love it too. I don't know. Like as you get older, Halloween has become less like I don't know. Like it's not as important, you know. Even though like my store does like to like pass out candy during Halloween and like dress up, I just feel like it's just not as like doesn't feel like Halloween until like the day of Halloween where I live.
Fair.
Very fair. Do you see a lot? When do you see a lot of Halloween decorations come out where you live? Because I don't know where you live, but I do know you're 10 hours away.
I mean, like Halloween isn't like an official holiday over here, but we still, choose to spend it like it's not an official Halloween like holiday over here.
True.
We usually start seeing like Halloween merch and such at least like 2 months before. Like when it comes to like seasonal holidays, they always put up like the merch for it like 2 months prior to the actual holiday to kind of like hype people up for the holiday season.
So this will determine where everyone lives. Halloween spirit. Do you know what that is?
What's a Halloween spirit?
So there's a place that pops up where I live, where there's a store called Halloween Spirit. It's this giant store that you just go into, and it's all Halloween. Like either Halloween decorations, candy, costumes, all that kind of stuff like that. And it only pops up like a month or two before it releases. So I know Halloween's coming whenever a Halloween Spirit pops up somewhere. The Spirit Store, yeah, exactly, the Spirit Store. So yeah, it's really interesting to see where everyone is because I think it's an American thing. I don't think it's in anywhere else. So you can definitely tell if it.
Crystal doxed yourself.
Yep. Home decor of the year. Yep. You can definitely tell, but it's definitely an American thing. People who do not know anything about it is because it's not outside the United States. I don't think. Can we like horror and forget the return your story?
Borrow.
Can we like borrow and forget to return your stores? They sound way more fun. True. Like I feel like they don't rent off. They do try return stuff, but the store usually closes after Halloween, so no one can really return anything. It's kind of funny. Yep, empty building, then all of a sudden, Spirit Store shows up. Oh, you're already selling Christmas stuff? Really? Wow. That's weird.
Wow.
That is crazy. Like, I would get mad if I see Christmas stuff already. Oh, well, there's eggnog. Eggnog is going around right now. You got lots of Christmas stuff out. Wow. No, that's the wrong holiday. Thanksgiving and Halloween here, so they do it super early. I think Christmas is even earlier though. Sorry, I'm just like reading. I'm reading chat because you guys are very interesting. I love just hearing about you guys' community and all the interactions you guys have. I think I mentioned this before, but I'm always been fascinated with the time delays with everything. Like we said before, you a 10-hour difference from me, so it's like super late over there. Like it's like 1, right? 1 or 2
At the moment for me,
yeah.
it's 11 p.m.
11 p.m. Oh, so it's not too late. I thought it was a lot later than that.
Not too late now.
11 p.m. It was about 10-hour difference. Yeah, I hate the time zones too. Literally, like the reason why we're late today with our stream is because of time zone difference. Which sucks because you guys are all so cool. I want to be like, hey, well, also you're in the future though, right? You guys, cool. So you need to let me know if the world ends, so I have some time to do other stuff.
That's one way to put it.
Yes, exactly. Do that for me, please. I need it. I need it. Cool. All right. Anything else? Anything else? Because we can go on with this forever. Like we can literally chill and just talk about random stuff until you pass out and until I have to go to work the next day.
I'm actually getting a bit hungry.
Me too, actually. I'm actually getting a little hungry too. So let's wrap this up a little bit and ask any last questions you guys have, and then we'll end it. Since you like arcade, what's your favorite arcade game? House of the Dead. House of the Dead. I love
Time Crisis.
That's a good one too. But I love just being able to. Me and my brother grew up with House of the Dead kind of games. So that was really cool. What do you do with a 10-hour wearing on the end of the world? Warning. What would I do? I don't know. Maybe I would go get as much food as possible. Eat. At least if the world's gonna end, I want to be at least full. You know what I mean? I think you can agree with that.
I agree with that, and the rest is gonna be, not safe for work.
Oh, yes, true. That is also something. I probably would wait until after I eat, maybe. Nah, whatever.
Yeah.
Time Crisis in the House of the Dead is really good, though. If the world's ended, I'll raid KFC. I don't have a KFC where I live. I used to, but not anymore. So sad, so sad. So anything else? Or are we able to go eat some food? I have some food I want to eat right now too.
Yeah, I have some quiche I wanna eat.
Ooh, quiche. Sounds good, sounds good. We give one more minute. Get noms. Alright, well actually, if they are going favorite fast food place. I don't really eat fast food. So I don't really go out to eat fast food, but lately I've been eating at Wendy's every now and then when I don't have time.
For me, it's either this local place called Morrison's or Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut's good.
Yeah, Morrison's is like a burger restaurant. They make like these big burgers. They're really good. Big burgers.
I love it. All right, cool. Well, if that's going to be all the questions, thank you again so much for being a guest on my stream and my interview. You are awesome. I'm pretty sure majority of the people watching right now already know where to find you, but would you like to tell anyone else who might be lurking where a good place to find you? Plug yourself in.
You can find me on both Twitter and Twitch as AlchemistTeeps.
Nice.
My name is basically like the same everywhere. So, you know,
AlchemistTeeps. Teeps.
Teeps, yes.
Your favorite animal? Would you have one as a pet if you could? A fox. I like foxes.
Either a Shiba or a Golden Retriever.
Good choices. Good choices. I like it. I like it.
Mm.